Please welcome the incredibly talented Ross Marquand. I love it when you see incredibly famous, talented people kind of fangirling other famous people like Fatboy Slim.
Yeah.
When I heard that he was going to be on, I was like, are you kidding me? Because I literally was just talking about him 3 days ago to a friend when I was in Paris. We were talking about that music video with Christopher Walken, Weapon of Choice, Weapon of Destruction, Weapon of Mass Destruction. Yeah. And he's flying around as one of my favorite music videos of all time. So that was really surreal. Yeah.
You should move into his street because these neighbours.
Everyone who lives in that street is doing all right. You know? So,
Ross, you are here for Comic-Con. Is it as kind of wild and full-on as it looks?
Yeah, I mean, it's always amazing because every time you go to a Comic-Con, you're blown away by the genuine enthusiasm by everyone who's coming there, whether they're into Star Wars, Walking Dead, Marvel, DC, I suppose, or other things. You know, it's just, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not really a part of that world, but no, it's just that you can see the genuine excitement, and everyone gets so chuffed, as the Aussies say.
Yeah.
Do you say that?
Is
that what Aussies say?
Do you know
I think
that?
it's chuffed. And it's just cool. I love, and it doesn't get old, and I've been doing it for 7 years, and it just never gets old in the slightest. So yeah.
Were you a Comic-Con fan growing up? Like, were you one of these kids that went to the events?
I wanted something like this, but I'm from Colorado, which was kind of a flyover state, as they say in the States, and we just never really had that growing up. But I think if I had had an opportunity for something like that growing up, I would have been a much more well-adjusted kid. You know, because you need to have groups where you feel like you belong, and I feel like a lot of Comic-Con people, they genuinely check in with each other, and it's a great place to meet friends and discover like-minded communities. You know,
Other than Fatboy Slim, what would you have nerded over? What would you be bonding over?
I mean, I was a big Flaming Lips fan.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, what else were they into? I mean, Star Wars, of course. Marvel, too, though. I mean, honestly, that's where I grew up drawing Marvel comics and collecting Marvel comic book cards and everything, so...
Well, this is a perfect scene for you.
Yeah. It just seems like... I mean, again, I wish it had been around when I was a kid, but it wasn't so much the case, so...
Now, Ross, we saw in your introduction, you're amazing at impressions.
Oh, thanks.
I love a good impression. Can you do an Aussie accent?
Well, I've tried. Backstage, I was heard that I needed to do Hugh Jackman, but I don't really know if it's very good. Probably rubbish, but I'll try better next time, you know.
No, that's a good South African. That's great.
Damn it.
Mate. Is there any voices you're going to struggle with that you can't...
The Australian accent?
I mean, yeah, that's probably one of them. I think honestly, the South African one is actually quite difficult because you can go over the top with that one, right? And I feel like in Aussie, people tend to go very over the top with it too and loosen it up too much. And I feel like most Aussies are actually, you know, they don't sound like that. So one day I'll get it down.
What would be your favourite? Like, what's the best one?
Favorite impression?
Yeah.
I mean, recently, it's probably not. It's kind of polarizing. But recently, I've been doing a lot of Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but during the pandemic, I watched him every single day on my couch, and it just kind of subconsciously got in my head.
Well, it's a great time to be here in Australia, believe me. It's a glorious, glorious country. However, you were way too hard on your citizens during the lockdown. It was ridiculous. I would have been much more lax, believe me, okay? I would have been the fun president.
Are you run again, Mr. Trump?
Of course I am. I'm going to run and I'm going to win. It's going to be great, okay? Really terrific.
Sorry. I've got to say as well, like in our package before you came in, I have to say that your JT is exceptional.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Like that means a lot to me. Like, I love JT. Some people say I look like him. I don't think so. He's way more handsome than me. But hashtag like flattered. What? Like that means a lot.
Do you mind when people just go, this one now?
No, because for
the
the longest time I was an indoor kid, and I never really had. I mean, I had friends, but I didn't have a lot of friends. So like the idea that people are like, do this. I'm like, oh, cool. People actually like that stuff. So I like it. You know, it's
Okay,
cool.
can we have McConaughey, please?
You want McConaughey? All right. So here's the deal. Now, when I was last year, 3 years ago, I was breaking out the bongos, and I had a real nice time. I met this guy who played the didgeridoo. All right. He was playing the didgeridoo, and I was playing the bongos, and we had a real nice jam session. It was all right. Yeah.
Look, I've got to ask you about The Walking Dead because, you know, you are here for Comic-Con and that being... people just love you in that.
Thank you.
Because the series is now wrapped up, how are you feeling? How does it feel to close that chapter, in a way?
It's weird because, I mean, it was 8 years of my life. I mean, basically a quarter of my life. And I was a fan before I got on it. So it's a bizarre thing to know that this thing that was so much a part of my life and the fans' lives, and just also like pop culture. I mean, I don't think we'll ever have a moment in time where a TV show, at least a cable TV show, will be ever as popular, because now, because of streaming and everything else, it's impossible to have those live numbers and that much of a zeitgeist of people talking about something every single week. And I was a part of something really amazing and beautiful, and I'm really sad it's over, if I'm being honest, yeah.
But it's about zombies. Do you think it will rise from the dead?
I mean, there's like 3 spin-offs already planned, and there's probably way more. I mean, like you said, it can't die, so you never know, so. And spoiler, I didn't die in the finale, so there's always chance maybe that I'll come back. We'll see.
The R-Dog's in. You're in there. Let's go.
We'll see, yes.
Well, you can catch Ross Marquand at Oz Comic Con in Melbourne this weekend. He loves doing impressions, so please ask him.